Good afternoon. Welcome back to Laugh Pig TV. It's been a little while since we've been here, hasn't it? Mostly because with everything that's going on in the world right now, if I speak my true voice, I'm going to get censored. So I haven't been talking a whole lot. But we're doing a little something different today. I had a call last week from a friend of mine, a former coworker who still works in the hospital, who had talked to an old acquaintance of ours from way back when I was still working at the hospital. He knows who he is, so that this is who this is for. And she told me that he had COVID last year and now has what's being termed long-haul COVID or long-term COVID syndrome, whatever. That with lots of health issues that have come along after the virus, even after the virus is supposedly gone. And his doctors, just like all the other doctors, are saying, well, you may get better and you may not. Why? Because the doctors don't know what this new pathogen is doing inside the human body, much less what's going to happen afterwards. So I have a feeling we're about to see a lot of this. We're about to see a whole lot of very sick people and doctors saying, I don't know, you might get better and you might not. We're not real sure what to do to help you. So in my friend's aggravation with this, of really wanting to regain his health, he reached out and said, do you have any ideas? And my friend from the hospital reached immediately to me, which was quite the compliment, I must say, about alternative health ideas. You know, is there something that can help him with this long-haul COVID syndrome that has evidently trashed his heart and his lungs, and Lord only knows what else is going on inside his body. So, I'm making these videos to let my friend know, this is what I know. And all I'm able to share with you is what I know. And how do I know what I know? Well, you may or may not know that after I left the hospital, I pretty much completely estranged myself from the modern medical system. That's one of the big reasons I got out of hospital work. I realized that we're not curing anybody. We are treating symptoms and keeping customers, keeping people just ill enough that they will always need the system. They will always need their doctors. They will always need their pills. They'll always need their hospital procedures. We weren't curing anybody. And to be absolutely honest about medical schools and doctors and stuff now, medical schools are being funded primarily by pharmaceutical companies now, as are the educational requirements for continuing education for doctors after they get their degree. Who's paying for that and who's developing those? Mostly pharmaceutical companies. So the doctors know what the pharmaceutical companies want them to know, and which is a lot of knowledge regarding anatomy and physiology and the such. But what I'm about to tell you, your doctor is not going to know. If you go and ask your doctor, do you think I should do any of these things that Laura recommended? What do you know about them? Your doctor's not going to know about any of this because they haven't been taught that. They haven't been taught nutrition. They might have had a semester of nutrition, maybe. They haven't been taught about supplements and vitamins and lifestyle changes and things that really bring long-lasting, deep constitutional health to the human physical body. I had to find this out after I got away from the hospital, because if I refuse to use doctors and drugstores and hospitals anymore, it would be really foolish for me not to know how to care for my own body and the bodies of my family members, and how to find help outside that medical system. So this is the education that I have gotten over the last almost 20 years now. Plus, I think my friend who's having the post-COVID issues is about my age. And when I hit 50, it was when things started kind of going haywire with my body. And I had some serious illnesses that I'd never had before. And my choices were, okay, I can go back to the hospital system and let them take a look at all this, or I can try to fix this myself. And I fixed it myself and learned how to really hyper-nourish and care for my body in a way that at almost 56 years old now, I feel better physically than I did when I was 35. So there's that. That's the history of the information that you're about to get. And I'm probably going to completely overwhelm you. And the information I'm going to throw at you is not, hey, you have to do all of this or you're never going to be well. I'm going to just throw at you what I know. You listen to what resonates with you, kind of like the Oracle in the Matrix said. I'll tell you what I know. It is your choice whether you believe or don't believe what I say. I'm just giving the information. So, here we go. This video, the first video, is going to be about diet. Oh, so fun for everybody, right? And most doctors will tell you it doesn't matter what you eat and what you drink. It doesn't matter. Actually, it does. It's one of the most important things you can do is what are you poking in your pie hole. Just like a vehicle that you drive for maybe 20 years, if you get that out of it, as you get closer to the end of that car's life, it really requires a lot more maintenance. Same thing with our human bodies. But if we maintenance them correctly, they're designed to last us well over 100 years. The sad part is we have forgotten how to maintenance the physical body in the correct way because we have gotten way too concerned about convenience and ease and quickness of time. I did some work for the cancer support community here in town years ago, teaching cooking classes. And what I was told before almost every class I taught was, they want what's quick, easy, and convenient. Please teach them that. Well, guess what? Quick, easy, and convenient is what has gotten us all in the position that we're in. Quick, easy, and convenient has made us sick and fat and weak. And we're finding that the people who are suffering a lot with COVID are often the sick and the heavy and the weak. And, you know, it's just a pathogen is going to take down the weakest of the herd first. And I think that's what we saw happen a lot in the beginning. And so, anyway, I'm not going to go too far with that. But what I will toss out there, other than your doctors are not going to know most of anything about what I'm saying. So if you go and ask your doctor, hey, what is it? They're going to go, no, don't listen to somebody like that. They don't know anything. Again, it's your choice whether to believe me or not. And the question that I often get asked a lot from people who are very much admired in the doctor and drugstore and hospital culture is insurance going to pay for any of this? No. Your insurance pays for the things that keep you in the system, that are going to keep you buying pills, that are going to keep you going for diagnostics at the hospital, that are going to keep you going for procedures and doctor's visits. That's what insurance pays for. Insurance does not pay for the things that make you well, that make you not need that system anymore. So there's that. All right, let's get going. The human body is able to heal itself from almost anything if it is given the proper fuel and cleansed of toxins. We live in an incredibly toxic world right now, and if you are not actively detoxing your body, then you're doing it a disservice. We'll get to detoxing here in a little while. Perhaps instead of treating symptoms, we should focus on hyper-nourishing and detoxifying the body, allowing it to heal itself. And for my friend with the long-haul COVID, that's what we're going to be talking about. That's what I'm going to be talking about here, is giving you some tools to hyper-nourish and strengthen your body, because instead of just treating symptoms, oftentimes if you hyper-nourish the body and really get it to the point where it can care for itself, a lot of your symptoms will go away without actually having to treat the symptom. So that's kind of what we're looking at, is just here's how to really care for and hyper-nourish a human body, a modern human body. So for dietary recommendations, lots and lots of high-quality water. I walk around with this quart jar full of water all day, just about, because that's one of the best ways that your body can detoxify itself. Give it good water. And now I'm not referring to tap water either, because God only knows what's in tap water now. We have a Berkey. That's what we use to filter our water. I'm not going to go buy designer water, but I will buy a high-quality filter for my drinking water, so I know that my drinking water is pretty clean. So, lots of high-quality water. the standard rule of thumb is a ½ ounce per every pound of body weight, as in a 150-pound human would need to drink about 75 ounces of water a day. And that really does sound like a lot, and it is quite a bit, but you'd be surprised how much better your body does when it has that amount of water in it. So, and water with lemon or lime. Slice a lemon or lime into your water, or squeeze a lemon or lime into your water, and then you've got another extra little dose of vitamin C, which we'll get into in another video about supplements and vitamins. But anytime you can get a little extra vitamin C in, it's always a good thing. Start your day with 16 to 32 ounces of water, because during the night your liver has, hey, I'm talking. Oh, super. I'm going to pause here and we'll get on to the next one while I stop the neighborhood hoodlums. See ya.